What I'd like to do is end up introducing Kate Pilot. Kate is the Kit of Parts manager, and Kate and Colin will talk to you a little bit about the future of FRC Kit of Parts. Kate?
Thank you, Bill. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to our first FRC Live in St. Louis. I'd like to introduce Colin Foltz, who joined first in last fall. Colin is from Indiana, Team 234, and has been helping me work the Kit of Parts. He's our Kit of Parts engineer and has been doing a great job, and we're happy to have him on board. One of the things that we're going to talk about next is First Choice. How many people participated in First Choice this year? Okay, so 3/4. How many did not? And how many people have no idea what I'm talking about? Good, okay. Well, First Choice is the result of a lot of feedback, and the feedback came from teams, and the feedback came from suppliers. And it's also the result of the need to be scalable. And I talked about this last year, so if you were here last year and you remember what I said, I'm sorry that I'm going to repeat myself. But scalability is something that we are very concerned about and pay a lot of attention to at FRC on the staff, because we know that we have a big job to do. We want, FRC everywhere. It's got to be ubiquitous. And the way we do the kit currently, or for the last few years, is just not scalable in terms of sending one of everything to every team. And I'm sure you guys know that you don't use everything in that kit, and it's a little wasteful. It's inefficient. And as we grow, it was great when we had 800 teams to go to a company and say, hey, can you give me 800 widgets? And they'd say, yeah, we'd be happy to help out the kids. That's great. But when it comes to saying, can you give me 2,200 widgets? And oh, by the way, next year it's going to be even more and more and more and more. They kind of get a little shell-shocked, and that's a harder and harder conversation to have every year. So the scalability is a big piece, but also making sure that you guys get what you need and not get stuff that is a waste of your time or something that you're not interested at all, or not get something that you already have 10 of on the shelf. How many have compressors from years and years and years and don't want a compressor anymore? Exactly. So it's a matter of efficiency, it's a matter of scalability, but it's also a matter of meeting teams' needs better and also being more accommodating to what suppliers can help us with. So we introduced First Choice this year, and let me back up a little bit. One of the things that we did was start shipping rookie kits to rookie teams only, and that kind of helped us ease some of the burden of suppliers. As you may or may not know, National Instruments donates those compact Rios, which is a huge donation, and we just can't give it to 2,200 teams and 2,800 teams and continue that growth. That would just be really impractical. So the rookie kit was kind of one step in that direction, but First Choice is the next step in that direction. And so we partnered with Andy Mark. We have Brant Bowen. If I can have Brant come up, that would be great. So Brant Bowen works for Andy Mark, and coincidentally enough, he also went to high school with Colin, so they go way back. It's a small world, right? So Brant is the project manager for First Choice at Andy Mark, and I don't know if you guys know, but Andy Mark did all of that work, receiving the material in from suppliers who donated it, kitting it up, receiving the orders, the website. All of that was done by Andy Mark for free as a donation to First, and to help First teams adopt kind of a First Choice model. So I really want to make sure that you guys know that, because I don't know if that was completely obvious. They did it as if they were being paid to do it. They did a really great job, and it's been a pleasure to work with them. So what I wanted to talk about was what I saw with First Choice and what it did to help us, but then I'm also interested to hearing feedback from you guys in your experience with First Choice. And I'm also really, really interested in knowing what you think of First Choice going forward. So we piloted it this year, but my hope and my dream is that we can kind of grow the First Choice model, so that's kind of the default way we do the kit, and that the kit you get a kickoff is scaled down, and obviously scalable is the magic word here. So I think First Choice went well for a first year, with everybody doing it for the first time and not knowing what to do. I'm really interested to hear feedback about communication about First Choice. We tried to communicate early and often and with a lot of information, and maybe that was too much, I don't know. And let me say that this forum, I'm happy to answer questions, but what I really, really, really want you guys to do is provide your feedback on the Kit of Parts survey. So we sent a link out to your main and alternate contacts about a week and a half ago. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? I see heads nodding. Good. If you don't, please see me and I can make sure you get the link. I want a main a mentor, perhaps a technical mentor, and your team captain to go fill out that survey. So it's actually 2 surveys per team because I want to get a mentor's opinion and a student's opinion. So please, 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 there's a whole section about first choice. Please give us feedback. You can also include any feedback you have about Andy Mark and working with their team in getting your first choice parts because we're going to share that feedback with them. And you can do it anonymously or you can leave your contact information if you want us to follow up with questions. So please, please, please make sure you do that. That's really important, and I rely on that really heavily as we go forward and work on the kit so that we make sure we're not going off in the wrong direction and not giving you guys what you need. So does anybody have any questions about first choice? Oh, no? Okay, great. And then the last thing that I wanted to address, and I really just to totally hammer on it, is that survey. So the Kit Apart survey, I said there's a section on first choice, but there's also a whole section on the other stuff. There's how do you use the kit? How much of the kit do you use? And Joe mentioned it earlier, we want to know what you use for I/O on your robot so that we can model future control system components like the new 4-slot C-RIO to make sure that that 4-slot meets the needs of the majority of the teams. So while we don't come out and explicitly ask, what do you want the 4th module to be? We ask, what kind of I/O are you using so that we can then understand what your needs are and adapt accordingly. Okay? So we have a mic if people have questions about Kit Aparts or growth. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we also have supplier showcase right out this door to the right. We have about 12 suppliers who are manning tables out there. Grainger, Bimba, Clippard. They've been invited here to staff a table to talk to you guys. They would love to hear back from you. They would love to hear feedback on the parts that they donate, how you use them. If there are other parts that you know that are in their product line that you think would be more appropriate, please have that conversation with them. They would love to hear feedback from you. You are their end users. Not only are you the end users in a first competition, but they also know that you're the customers. So please visit Supplier Showcase and make sure you connect with them. Thank them for what they do for us, because of what they do, we're able to not grow the registration fee. So please make sure you visit Supplier Showcase. And I think we have a question over here. Supplier Showcase, the question is, will they be here all 3 days? Supplier Showcase is open today until 5 and tomorrow until 3. And they're not here on Saturday. So good question. Thank you very much. Any other questions about Kit Aparts?
Wow. When are they going to start replacing the laptops and the C-RIOs for veteran teams? Is that ever in your plans?
Okay, so I don't have to repeat the question because you had a mic. Thank you. The question is, how many years are the veteran teams expected to use the laptops, the netbooks, the classmates, and the compact RIOs? I actually don't know the answer to that.
Let's see. The C-RIO, we basically are working with NI definitely throughout 2014 season. We're going to continue to look at making things better and trying to see what technology is out there. So we're definitely going to be working with the new modified C-RIO until at least 2014 season. As far as the laptops, we've changed the rules, if you remember, so that we're now permitting teams to use their own laptops. I think we've been giving the laptops, the classmates, to the rookies. So the intent is to continue to make sure that the rookies have something that they can program, something they can use as a driver station, and the intent is to have the rest of the teams be able to continue using either their classmate or their own laptops in order to be competitive. And who knows, as we continue to go forward, there may be other options and stuff, so we can't give away all the secrets.
Okay, next question.
Okay. Will the old Quick Byte driver station still work with the new C-RIOs?
The old Quick Byte driver station is compatible. You guys are going to nod your heads, right? The old Quick Byte driver station is completely compatible with the current 8-slot C-RIO and the 4-slot C-RIO. We don't use it on the fields. So at home, it shouldn't be an issue at all. But the legality on the controls on the field itself is as it is today. Any other questions? John.
Okay. First,
thanks so much for First Choice. It's wonderful. It meets our needs. Yay! Good job. Now for Bill, first thing, and you probably won't need to comment, but first, thanks. You said you would try to listen to us, you would try to be better and whatever. You did it. You didn't just try, you did it. So congratulations and thanks for that. Also, thanks for getting Kate help.
Oh, Kate has great help now. One of the great things about Colin is he actually was on an FRC team. He became interested in engineering because of FRC. So, and what we're going to try to do as we go forward, we're trying to integrate more and more of you into us from the standpoint of First headquarters. As a matter of fact, Colin Ryan is the other engineer that we just hired, who's off helping to run all of the fields and everything. Ryan is also an FRC alum who just happened to be mentoring FRC teams. So we certainly see the value of what FRC alum bring to FRC and the entire world. So, we're going to keep doing that kind of thing. And as far as trying to listen, we're always trying to listen. We can't hear everybody and we can't do all the things that you want us to do because that would be just not possible. But we will continue to try to select those things that we can integrate in, that we can make different, that we can change. And our intent is to try to support you. You are our customers. You are the people that we are here to support. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. So we are listening. Like I said, we can't do everything for everybody all the time. We will do the best things that we possibly can, in our opinion, as quickly and the best way that we can do it. So how about any more questions for Kate and the Kit Aparts?
Colin.
Or Colin.
No? All right, so is that it?